DDoS attacks. DDoS, distributed denial of service, is a type of cyber attack that aims to disrupt the availability of a targeted website or online service by overwhelming it with traffic from multiple sources. The attack traffic is typically generated from a large number of infected computers or devices, known as bots, or zombies. The coordinated efforts of these bots can effectively bring down a server, making it unavailable to users. The main goal of a DDoS attack is to cause inconvenience or financial loss by rendering a website or service inaccessible to its intended users. The attacker may have a political, financial, or personal motivation for launching the attack. There are various types of DDoS attacks, such as network layer, application layer, and volumetric attacks, which work by exploiting different vulnerabilities in the target system. DDoS attacks can have serious consequences for the targeted organizations, including loss of revenue, damage to reputation, and potential data breaches. In addition, DDoS attacks can also put a strain on the internet infrastructure, leading to disruptions for other websites and services. To protect against DDoS attacks, organizations can implement security measures such as traffic filtering, rate limiting, traffic redirection, and cloud-based DDoS protection services. It is also important to stay informed about the latest trends and techniques in DDoS attacks and to have a response plan in place in case of an attack. The best way to deal with a DDoS attack is to have preventative measures in place and to quickly identify and respond to the attack in order to minimize its impact. There are several types of DDoS attacks, including network layer attacks. These attacks target the network infrastructure of a website or service, such as the routers and switches, by overwhelming the network with a large amount of junk traffic. Application layer attacks. These attacks target specific applications or services running on a server, such as a web application or a database, by sending a high volume of requests that can overload the targeted system. Volumetric attacks. These attacks aim to consume the available bandwidth of a targeted system, rendering it unavailable to legitimate users. Examples include ICMP floods, UDP floods, and TCP floods. Protocol attacks. These attacks exploit vulnerabilities in network protocols, such as the SYN flood attack, which exploits the TCP three-way handshake. TCP state exhaustion attacks. These attacks aim to consume all available connection slots on a targeted server, effectively rendering it unavailable. HTTP flood. This attack is a type of volumetric attack that overloads the target server with HTTP requests. These are some of the most common types of DDoS attacks. The methods and techniques used in DDoS attacks are constantly evolving, so it is important to stay informed and to implement the latest security measures to protect against these threats. A website that provides an online shopping service is the target of a DDoS attack. The attacker infects a large number of computers with malware, creating a network of bots, known as a botnet. The attacker then instructs the botnet to simultaneously send a massive amount of traffic to the targeted website, overwhelming the server and causing it to become unavailable. The website's customers are unable to access the site and make purchases, resulting in lost revenue for the company. The website may also suffer damage to its reputation if customers become frustrated and go to a competitor. The attacker's goal is to disrupt the normal functioning of the website and cause financial loss. The website's administrators must take steps to identify the source of the attack and put measures in place to protect against future attacks. To protect against DDoS attacks, organizations can implement the following measures. Network and infrastructure hardening. This involves securing and maintaining the network infrastructure, such as routers and switches, to reduce the risk of DDoS attacks. Traffic filtering. This involves configuring firewalls and network security devices to filter and block unwanted traffic, such as traffic from known malicious sources. Traffic limiting. This involves setting limits on the amount of traffic that can be received by a server, helping to prevent the server from becoming overwhelmed by a DDoS attack. Traffic redirection. This involves using load balancers and traffic management systems to redirect traffic away from a targeted server during an attack, effectively mitigating the impact of the attack. Cloud-based DDoS protection services. These services can provide an additional layer of protection by automatically detecting and blocking DDoS traffic. Incident response plan. Having a well-defined incident response plan in place can help organizations quickly identify and respond to a DDoS attack, minimizing its impact. It is also important to stay informed about the latest trends and techniques in DDoS attacks, to regularly patch and update systems, and to conduct regular security audits to identify potential vulnerabilities. By implementing a combination of these measures, organizations can effectively protect themselves against DDoS attacks. Recent high-profile DDoS attacks include SolarWinds supply chain attack. In December 2020, a DDoS attack was used as part of a larger supply chain attack that targeted the SolarWinds software supply chain. This attack used a sophisticated technique to deliver malware to multiple organizations through an update to the SolarWinds software. GitHub attack. In February 2018, GitHub, a popular web-based platform for software development, was hit with a massive DDoS attack that peaked at 1.35 terabits per second, the largest DDoS attack recorded at the time. Ransomware attacks. In recent years, ransomware attacks have become a common form of DDoS attack, in which the attacker threatens to release sensitive data or launch a DDoS attack unless a ransom is paid. Election interference. In the run-up to the 2020 U.S. presidential election, there were concerns about the potential for DDoS attacks to interfere with the election process and disrupt the availability of voting systems. DDoS attacks are constantly evolving and the methods and techniques used by attackers are constantly changing, so it is important to stay informed and to take steps to protect against these threats. Hacktivist groups. These are politically motivated groups that use DDoS attacks as a means of protest. Cybercriminals. These are individuals or groups who carry out DDoS attacks for financial gain, such as extorting a ransom from the targeted organization. Nation-state actors. In some cases, DDoS attacks are carried out by nation-state actors as a means of cyber warfare. As such, it is important for organizations to stay informed and to take steps to protect themselves against these threats. Thanks for watching.